You ever get feeling anxious? Hey there, Daniel Hartman, Community Machinery. I've been thinking a lot about this recently, especially since I've been ramping up a subscription drive for this channel. Starting out, at about 32 subscribers and recognizing getting to that first 100, that's going to be a huge benchmark. And anything beyond that is just going to be an extra little icing on the cake, so to speak, where it's just going to show that people care, people notice, people appreciate, and all those little things are little personal victories. So one of the things I've really been focusing on, and I've got from mentors of mine, is celebrating every small win and every small victory, because the big things, often when we get there, it's not quite all we make it out to be. And and the small things are often all we've got. They're just there in every moment, and we can always really take comfort in them. So to never forget that, to always keep our eye on the small, the simple things. And I've also been going through this book quite a bit. It's interesting where I found it so tough as far as really having the self honesty to look at myself again and again and again on deeper layers and see some of the quirky things. Like, oh, I started working on that 10 years ago, still there, still happening. Maybe not to the same degree, but there's some little checklists in here, and it's like I don't want to disappoint other people, and I feel like I can't handle situations. It's no use trying. Things will never work out for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I have those narratives. We can all have those narratives, and making them more and more conscious. This book has had some really good tools as far as recognizing how to expose, for me, for how to expose myself to those fears when I want to shrink away from something, even if I only see it afterwards. Oh yeah, that thing didn't seem like a big deal, and I rationalized why I wasn't asking that person for directions or asking them what's interesting in their neighborhood. When I was just recently in Maine. I was traveling through the countryside, and I was at this public library, and I could have asked the librarian, "Oh, hey, what's it like at the university campus? Is it easy to get parking there?" And who knows what would have come of that conversation? And somehow, I was, "Oh, I'll just look it up on my phone and not bother anyone." And it's things like that where the easiest things we'll learn is really by connecting to others who have good insights. And somehow, as life progresses, I feel like there's more synchronicities as far as feeling like the people I'm drawn to, I'm in some way, it's like there's this destiny that calls us together. And I guess there's the light side and the shadow side to that as far as life has improved. It feels like, I don't know if I say a higher quality of people, but a higher quality as far as where people are at, their feeling of optimism and passion that they're connected to. And years ago, I found I would have been drawn to more people who are pessimistic and fearful. And it's interesting in terms of having those distinctions and growing in clarity of where those things are. And it's interesting, you know, creating a YouTube channel like this, it's got a lot of these philosophical parts that we can share different things that really work, that really translate in the real world. And one of the things I've also found when people talk about systems, and I've had a lot of conversations lately about things like colonialism or I'm trying to think of the other, patriarchy, all these things where when we don't talk about them in a really personal story, how they impact our lives, that instead of taking a really good personal lesson from them and feeling empowered, we feel like we're just a part of a system that's inherently against us. And I know I've done it, and this channel won't be for everyone in terms of as much as I want to meet people where they're at. There's going to be there's a certain slice of the pie that's really going to come in here that's going to take some things away, and there's a lot of people who are going to be like, "Oh, that guy, he's too far out there," and that's all right. Maybe it's the tie, maybe it's the shirt, maybe it's the jacket. I don't know, but we're going to keep having fun, and please comment below on something you'd like to hear an explanation of as far as philosophy stuff. I know I've delved into a lot of stuff recently, and it'd be cool to have this as a way to share some different perspectives. I know one of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately is the saying that trying something is better than doing nothing. And there's also the saying that if something's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly, in terms of starting on the path, not worrying about being perfect and being everything to everyone, but just trying something. You know, getting past the place we were left by our communities, by our parents, by our teachers, and carrying on from that place, but allowing us ourselves to do it in a way that we can with the resources that are available to us, instead of waiting for that so-called perfect day that may very well never come unless we just start on the journey. There's also another expression or another story or question: if it takes 5 strikes to break a rock, what one is the most important? Well, some would say it's the last one, because that broke the rock. But without starting that first strike, we'll never get to that 5th strike that is the one that seemingly breaks the rock. So on that note, I'll let you get out there, get striking away at things. I'm going to keep at it as well. Got a little phone conference today. I've really been making an effort to reach out and touch in with a lot of people that I feel like there's a certain level of alignment, and just to see what possibilities there are as far as collaborating and just building a connection. I know one of the sales approaches I've really appreciated lately is just start conversations. Just start conversations, don't have an agenda in it, and really show people value. So I'll let you keep striking away at things, and look forward so much to hearing everything that's going on out there in the world, and hopefully we get to cross paths at some point. Have a great day.